Welcome back, dear students. Under algebra number theory, we are in unit 2, finite fields and polynomials. In that, we are now in lecture number 8, where we are going to have a look at the irreducible polynomials, part 2. So previously, we had seen 7 lectures where we had seen an introduction to polynomials, the various kinds of polynomials, then division algorithm, and then we had seen what is irreducible and reducible polynomials. A small recap of what is reducible and what is irreducible polynomial. So if a polynomial can be split as a product of two other polynomials of lower degree, then it can be called as a reducible polynomial. If it cannot be written in that category, or in that case, we can say that we can call that particular polynomial as a irreducible polynomial. Clear? So based on reducible and irreducible polynomial, we had discussed few problems in the previous lecture number 7. Now we'll continue in lecture number 8. Let's get on to the presentation. So the first problem, let f of x is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1, which belongs to z2. Is it reducible or irreducible? If reducible, find the other factor. There are two questions here. So first we need to answer the first question, whether the given polynomial is reducible or irreducible over z2. And the second question, if it is reducible, you have to find the other factor. So how we are going to proceed? Now given the polynomial in z2, you know what is z2? The elements in z2 are 0 and 1, right? So what is the alternate case? We can go ahead to find out the roots of that. You start substituting the particular elements one by one inside the polynomial. So let me take 0 and substitute inside the polynomial 0, 0, 0 and 1. So 1 I am getting as the answer, and 1 is not equal to 0. Obvious. Therefore, the value which you substituted should be stated here. So 0 is not a root in Z2. Clear? Now the next number is 1. Take 1 and substitute inside the function, and it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And your answer is 4. 4 again is not allowed in the set. So therefore you divide it over by mod 2. My answer is 0. Therefore I can call that 1 is a root in Z2. So now out of the two roots, you are having one is not a root and the other is a root. So if that is a root, can I call x minus 1 as a factor? Yes, I can. So x minus 1 is a factor of f of x in z2 of x. Clear? So now what do I do? So I had seen that it is reducible of x minus 1. Right? So now if reducible, we have to find the other factor. So how will I go with the other factor? Therefore f of x is reducible. So therefore what is happening in the next case? I'm going to divide the factor. I'm going to use that as my divisor and divide the particular polynomial. You are already familiar with polynomial division. So now if I'm going to take x cube over x, I'll be getting x square. Write down x square in my quotient term. Take x square, multiply, you get x cube minus x square. Change the sign, cancel out x cube. Change the sign, you get plus. So when you add up, you get 2x square. 2x square is not allowed here. Then divide 2 over 2. Your remainder is 0. Therefore 0x square. So that is why I have not returned. Then bring down these two terms, x plus 1 here. So take this x plus 1. Take this x divided by x. You get the answer as 1. Take 1, multiply it to x minus 1. You get x minus 1. Change the sign, x gets cancelled. And if I'm going to change the sign, I'm landing up with 2. 2 is not allowed inside the set. So if I'm going to divide over 2, my remainder is 0. So this is my remainder is 0. This is my quotient, divisor and the dividend. So how can I write f of x? What was f of x? F of x was the dividend term. So you know how do I write it? Division algorithm. So f of x is equal to the product of the quotient and the divisor, x square plus 1 into x minus 1 plus the remainder. So since the remainder is 0, we have just omitted. So this is the answer for the given problem. So the second problem, find two non-zero polynomials f of x, g of x in z7 of x such that the product of these two polynomials is not equal to 0. So you have to find the two non-zero polynomials in z7. So how to find? we know that Z7 is equal to, what are the set of numbers we have in Z7 starting from 0 to 6. So given f of x is equal to 2x square plus 4x plus 1 and g of x is equal to 6x cube. How did I find it? You have to find the two non-zero polynomials by yourself. That is why the problem becomes more important. So how do I find it? It's very simple. So you have to say that the product of these two polynomials is not equal to 0, which means that your reminders should not be 0. Is that clear? So reminders, if it is not equal to 0, I'm just going in the reverse process. Please try to follow. When will I get the answer as 0? Only if the reminders are 0. So when will I get the remainder 0? Only if it is perfectly divisible by 7. So I have to choose numbers such that when I multiply the two polynomials, I don't land up with the multiples of 7. Suppose if I land up with the multiples of 7, then I will face a problem by writing the remainder as 0, and then this will be a contradiction. So you have to choose polynomials and the coefficients of the polynomials such that you get numbers not in perfectly divisible by mod 7. So I have chosen one polynomial 2x square plus 4x plus 1 and the other polynomial is 6x cube. So just check out, if I'm going to multiply it, what will I get? 12x cube. Sorry, 12x power 5. Then what will happen here? I'll be getting 24x power 4 plus 6x cube. So if that is the category, now 12 if I'm going to divide it over 7, my remainder is 5. And 24 if I divide it by 7, my remainder is 3. And 6 is the number which is less than 7. So no issues. So I could see that it is a non-zero polynomial. All the coefficients are existing. So therefore it is not equal to 0. Therefore I can say the product of the two polynomials is not equal to 0. Therefore I had found two non-zero polynomials on my own. Is that clear? Now the next problem says that the contrastingly in Z12 we are going to take, but we have to choose two polynomials such that the product of them will be 0. So when it will be 0? When the reminders are 0. So when will be the remainder 0? When it is perfectly divisible by 12. So when it will be perfectly divisible by 12? We have to find out the coefficients such that it's perfectly divisible by 12. So what are Z12 elements starting from 0 to 11? So choose some two polynomials randomly using these numbers as the coefficients such that you get two different polynomials such that the product will be related to the multiples of 12. So I had chosen f of x as 3x square and g of x as 4x plus 8. If I'm going to multiply 3x square into 4x plus 8, my answer will be 12x cube, which is perfectly divisible by 12. And 3 into 8, again perfectly divisible by 12. So 12x cube plus 24x square. So which are not allowed inside. So if I'm going to divide it over 12, I get the reminders or the coefficients as 0. Therefore my answer is 0. Able to understand? Therefore f of x product g of x is a 0 polynomial in Z12 of x. This is how I try to sort out the function. So when I suppose to randomly choose some two polynomial, see to that the condition what they are asking you, whether it is equal to 0 or not equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, choose coefficients such that after multiplying they will be perfectly divisible by that modulo number. Suppose if it is not equal to 0, you have to choose polynomials such that the coefficients of those polynomials when you multiply are not perfectly divisible by that particular modulo number. Then everything will be fine for you. Need not to worry about these two simple polynomials here. Hope you understand. Thanks for watching. We'll continue in the next lecture.